Hi, I trust you're doing well. Welcome back to this channel. So I first of all want to extend my appreciation to each and every one of you. This is a new channel, barely a month old, and I see your comments. I see your goodwill messages, and I must say I appreciate all the support. So today is going to be a crash course on Autodesk Inventor. So if you're a complete beginner that is eager to dive into the world of 3D design and engineering, you are at the right place. So in this video, we'll take you through the fundamentals of Autodesk Inventor, which is a powerful software that is used by professionals worldwide to create stunning designs and bring their ideas to life. So whether you are an aspiring engineer, designer, or simply curious about the possibilities of digital design, this crash course will equip you with the essential knowledge and skills to get started. And I must say, I would recommend Autodesk Inventor for you if you are a complete beginner. I find it easy to use, very simple, and you can easily find your way around it. So in this tutorial, I'll take you through the interface, various tabs, commands, and icons. And then finally, we would create this 3D model you see. If this is something you are interested in, kindly keep watching. Let's start with today's activity. Okay, so once you open up the Autodesk Inventor software, this is the interface you see. I'll run you through the important things you need to know in here. So up here we have the quick access toolbar, where if you want to create a new file, if you want to open an existing file, if you want to save your document, undo or redo, that is where you come to. And then we have the tool tab, which is the ribbon here. In the ribbon, we have a number of groups. So there's the option group, the content center, the iLogic, the web, and the team web. Briefly, let me tell you what they do. So under the option group, here you can adjust how Autodesk Inventor looks like and how you want it to fit your preference, if I should say. So it's like setting up a favorite app just the way you like them. And for the content center group, it's a giant toolbox that is full of standard parts. If you need a screw, if you need a bolt, if you need a gear, you can find some standard parts there you can use and insert in your project. And then for the iLogic group, this is like a helpful assistant, so it can automate some of your design works. It can follow rules you set, like if this happens, then do this. It saves time and effort a lot. And then we also have the web group. Here you can find links to useful stuff online. So like tutorials and updates that you need. So it's like having a guidebook that's right at your fingertips and can help you out when you need it. For the team web group, it is about teamwork. So you can store your projects online and then share them with others. It's like having a virtual workshop where everyone can work together no matter where they are. Okay, so now let's move down. Here we have the open and the new tab that also does the same thing as the new file, and then the open icon up here. So if you want to open an existing file, if you want to create a new one, you can click to do that. And then in the main body of this interface, we have recently opened Autodesk Inventor document. And so you can click to either open or remove it from this list. So now let's move into the main work interface. So come up here, click on new or Ctrl+N, which is the shortcut. And here we get template. So you can drop this down. Most often we'll be working in metric. So here are a number of templates. We have the parts template, the assembly, the drawing, and the presentation template. So let's say you want to build a car. The part template is a blank sheet that is specifically for designing the individual parts of the car. So say the wheel or the body. And so once you have all these parts done, you would want to put them together. Then you would need the assembly template here. Once you've put them together, that is, once you've assembled them, you might also want to create drawings or blueprints. That is to show others how you build your car. So then you would need the drawing templates that are where you can create these detailed instructions. That is where you see the isometric views of your work, and then the presentation template. So that also is used to showcase your design at different angles. So it can highlight important features and even add annotations or text to explain things. For example, if you've designed a new product, you might want to use the presentation template to create series of images and slides that demonstrate how it looks from different perspectives, how it functions, and what sets it apart from other products. So you can do animations sort of with that template. But for now, we would be focusing on the part templates. And here we have the sheet metal. That is, if the material you are working with is a sheet metal, then you can select the sheet metal DIN. If you are working in millimeters, then you select the sheet metal MMIPT. IPT is inventor part file. So it means it's a part you are creating. But if not, if you're not working with a sheet metal, then you would need either the standard DIN or the standard MMIP. Today we'll be working with the standard MMIPT, which means we are working in millimeters and it's an inventor part file. So let's click on that and then choose create down here. And this is where that takes us to. This is the part template. So we'll start from the top and work our way down. Up here, we have most of the tools we've talked about already. The new, the open, the save, undo, redo. This home icon up here. It takes us straight to the home page we just left. We'll skip these. And then here, if you want to apply material, say glass and brass, steel, whatever, this is where you select it. And then here you can change the appearance of your work. So you can apply color or just change the general outlook of the work. Here you can customize the quick access toolbar to show the tools you want to show or not to show. Let's come down here. So under file, we have the generic tools again. New, open, save as, and then export. Let's take a look at this. So if you want to export your CAD model as image, as PDF or whatever, you can do that here. You can also export as a CAD format. So for those of you who may be interested in 3D printing, or you use this software alongside other CAD softwares, you might be interested in this. So you can export your file as step file, as STL. We'll look at them in a separate video. Let's look at the sketch tab. So if you want to create a sketch, this is where you come to. So it has, if you want to draw a line, a circle, an arc, it contains all those commands and they are grouped under the create group. We also have the modify group, pattern group, constraint group, insert, and the format group, which are dimmed for now. So we'll skip them. Once you've made a sketch and you want to convert it into a 3D model, you come to the 3D model tab. So here we have the create 3D model group that contains commands to convert your sketch into a 3D model. We also have the modify group and other groups we'll be looking at separately in another video. Let's move to this left side where we have the model browser. So we also call this the design tree. So anything you do shows up here on the left, and you can also edit accordingly by clicking on that. You would understand what that means soon. Next to that, we have the wider side of the interface where we create our sketch or we create our model. And then down here, we also have a number of tabs here. So here, the active tab right now is the part where we are yet to create a sketch. And then I also opened this to show you there can be a number of tabs. So this is another active tab, which is a sketch I made earlier. You can move in between tabs. If you want to go back to the home screen, you click on this. And then here we have the navigation tools. Okay, so let me address this. Whilst filming, I mistakenly closed the part file I opened, which was the part 1. But I had to open another one. That is why you see part 2 now. Don't be so alarmed. If you still have part 1, that is fine. Okay, so let me run you through the navigation tools. And here I will use the support one, the other part file I opened, to do the demonstration. So let me open that. Let's look at the first navigation tool. Not the first one, I mean the second one, which is the pan. We'll come back to the first one later. So for the pan, this is what it does. You can just click on it and then you see an arm. So with your left mouse button, you can click on it to move the sketch around. That is what it does. Just to click and then move the sketch around. There is a shortcut for that and I will also show you. So if you have the scroll mouse button or the middle mouse button, just hold it down and then you have the shortcut to move the work around. Alright, let's look at the second navigation tool, which is the zoom window. So you can click on that. Once you click on that, you see this plus sign. So if you want to zoom in onto any part, you just click and drag over that part and then straight away it zooms into it. The shortcut is to scroll down using the middle mouse button. So you can scroll down to zoom out or zoom in. So let me zoom out. That is fine. Now let's look at the third one, which is the free orbit. So we'll click on that. And this is what it does. You can use this to rotate your work or to orbit your work around. So using the little lines on the 4 quadrants, you can move it around, up, down, or from left to right. Let me also show you the shortcut for that. You can click on this home screen to take it back to how it initially looked. So the shortcut is to hold down the shift key and then also hold down the scroll button or the middle mouse button together. So you hold both of them together and then you are able to rotate or orbit your work whichever way you want. Click on this home to bring it back to how it used to be. Now let's look at the last one, which is the look at. So we click on that. It allows you to look at any sketch. So let's say I want to look at this face. I can just click and then it turns that face towards me. You can click on home to take it back. Here we have the view cube. That's the same thing. If you want to take a look at the front view, if you want to turn it to the right, if you want to turn it again to the back, up or down, you can use these arrows. If you want to rotate, you can use this also to rotate the work around. You can go to the home button to take it back to how it looked originally. And then here we have the full navigation wheel. So it contains all the other we've talked about. It just puts them together. So I'll close this for now. Okay, so now let's create our first sketch. I open Autodesk Inventor again, so I now have the part 1 just like you do. I didn't want any confusion, so I have the same interface as you do now. Let's create our first 2D sketch. So come up here, we can either create a sketch as a 3D or a 2D, but we want to create a 2D for now. So come up here and then select the 2D sketch. And then we get the option to select the plane we want to work on. Choose the XY plane. Once you hover your mouse around that plane, you can see it's the XY plane and it's highlighted in green. So let's click on that and then we get to create our sketch. So now choose the circle command. We are in the sketch tab. So choose the circle command by clicking on it. You see that the cursor changes. So it turns into a plus with a yellow dot in the middle. Bring that all the way to here. You can zoom in if you are not seeing clearly. So bring that circle plus sign we got by clicking on the circle command to the middle point here. Once you are there, you see it turns green. So left click on the mouse button and then drag to the left or right to draw a circle. Don't click again just yet. Straight away we can input some dimensions. So the diameter of this circle is going to be 70 mm. So we input that in the dynamic input box, which is highlighted in blue black. So just type 70 and then you can press enter. You can scroll up to zoom in. And now this is what we have. That is awesome. You see, we still have the circle command because it's highlighted in blue. We are not out of it yet, which means we can draw another circle. So let's do that. We'll draw another circle Same method, come here to the middle, it turns green, so we know we are there. Click and then drag open. And you can input your dimension straight away, which is 40. So type 40 and press enter. Now we don't want the circle command again. We want to draw a line. So you can either press escape to get out of the circle command, or you just straight away click on the line command, which is what we want next. And now we can draw a line. So bring your line here to the outer circle. Once you snap on the circle, you see the circle turns blue. And then we also see the quadrant, the left quadrant here that turns yellow. We want to draw a line from there. So just bring your cursor to that point, click, and then you drag down. If the line is broken, it means it's not straight. But if you get this small icon down here, which is a vertical constraint, it shows us that the line is vertical. We can input the length of this line, which is 60 mm, and then we can press enter. We are still in the line command, which is what we want. We'll draw another perpendicular line to the right. And so let's do that. Just move your mouse until that line is perpendicular. And here we see the perpendicular icon show there. And so we know our line is horizontal and straight. And so we input the length of that, which is 70. You can press enter. And then we go up again to the right quadrant. Just move your mouse until it snaps onto that point. You can also see the tangent constraint there. We'll explain all that later, but just click on that point and then you right click OK, or you press escape. So right click and then OK to get off the line command. Let's use one command in the modify group. So here under the modify group, come up here and choose the trim command. So you click on that, and then we want to cut off part of the circle, if I should say. So just hover your mouse around the area you want to cut. Here, the area to cut, where we place the mouse, is going to turn into broken lines, and the area that remains, or the half of the circle that remains, is in solid green line. So we can click here and then the circle or half of the circle is cut. Now let's draw a rectangle. So come up here, choose the rectangle command by clicking on it and then bring it inside here into the work. So just left click and then you drag open and then you click again. You can press escape. Before we were using the dynamic input boxes for the dimensions, but here we can also choose the dimension command to apply dimensions. So click on that and then bring your cursor to the line you want to dimension. So you click on the line and then you drag either up or down to put the dimension. The length of this rectangle is 50, so I'll click and type 50, press enter. This dimension you click and then you drag again is also 15, so you type that, you click first and then type 15, enter. Another dimension should be between this line and then the baseline we have there. So click on those two lines. You click the first one, you come down, you click the second one, and then you drag to the right or to the left. Click again and then input the dimension, which is 15. Press enter. Now we are left with one more dimension, so which will be between this line and that line. So click on those two. The first one, avoid that green point that showed, and then this one. That is also going to be 10. Enter. You realize that as we input dimensions, the lines turn black, which is what we want. We call something constraining a sketch. We'll look at that later. But as it stands now, your sketch should be in black. Now we want to turn this into a 3D model. So go ahead, click on this which is the finish sketch. And then let's zoom in by scrolling up the middle mouse button. And then we want to make this a 3D sketch. So come here to the 3D model tab and choose the extrude command. And now it's asking us to specify some details. So it says the input geometry. Under input geometry, we are supposed to select the profile we want to extrude or the faces. So let's do that straight away. We want to extrude this profile here, which is in green. If we click on the circle inside, that is what will be extruded. But we want to extrude this outer part. So you click on that, and then straight away we see the profile of how it's going to look. But it's also asking us some questions. It says behavior or the direction. Here the default direction is to the left, but if you want to extrude to the right, you can flip around. So you click on the flip and then the extrusion is on the opposite side. If you want to make this extrusion symmetric, which means you want your profile to lie in the middle of the extrusion, then you click on that symmetric. We'll look at the last one soon. But another detail we should specify is the distance, which is how the extrusion, the width of the extrusion is supposed to be. So by default, we have 10 here. We can also change this to 20, and then we increase the extrusion. Now let's come back to this one, which is the asymmetric. If you want one side of the extrusion to be bigger than the other, then you select this one. And then it opens up distance A, distance B. So let's say you want the distance A extrusion to be 10 and then the other part to be 20. This is what you do. But for now, we don't want that extrusion. We'll go with the default one. So let's choose that. And then the length of extrusion is 10, which is okay. As of now, we'll leave everything as it is and then press OK. So congratulations, you just created your first 3D model in Autodesk Inventor. So let's even do something more exciting. Let's apply some material. So let's say the material for making this is, let's say, stainless steel. We can come up here to generic, drop down, and then choose the type of material we want. And let's look for stainless steel. So this is it. We click on it, and then it gives us realistically how stainless steel would look like. We can also change the color, that is if we are applying paint. Then let's drop this down and choose any color of your choice. For me, I'll choose smooth red, and so this is it. No, smooth red doesn't look good, so let me change it to, let's say, turquoise. I click on that. Not so bad. I think I can do better anyways. So let me look for something even more catchy. This red. Okay, I think this is fine. So that is it. We can also do some things here. So come up here to the view tab, and under visual style, you can also make this look realistic. So it takes away the lines that were around it before. If you also want to apply some dimensions to this sketch, you can come here to the Annotate tab and choose the dimension option. It says the dimension is going to be in millimeters. That is fine. So we click OK. And then this is what you do. Just click on the line you want to put the dimension on. So you click and then you drag. Autodesk Inventor knows the dimension. So all you need to do is to click to place it, and then you can add another one by clicking on the plus sign. So let's click on this half circle, and then you can drag. You click again to place. You can add another one plus. Let's put the diameter of this circle. So we click and drag. You click to place, plus sign again, and then which one else? Oh no, so Control plus Z to undo. Click on the dimension option again. So we click and then we can take it to this side is okay. Plus and then this one you can put here, and then which one else is left? Plus again, maybe this between this and that. So you click on the two, you drag down, you click to place. And then, yes, if I forgot about anything else, I think you understand the dynamics of how this works. So you can check it to apply. So this is what I have for you today. I hope you get a good appreciation of Autodesk Inventor. I'll see you soon with some more beginner friendly tutorials. And by the time you know, you are already a pro. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Kindly do so. Like this video. Let's help it reach a lot more people. And then if you have any questions, comments, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll address them as soon as I can. I'll see you soon. Bye.